Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to uncork a question that I know a lot of you have probably wondered about. It's the story of one single grape that has two completely different personalities. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, picture this. You've been there, right? You're looking at a wine list, you see Sauvignon Blanc, and you think, perfect. But then you see the choice. Is it from the Loire Valley or is it from Marlborough? What's the real difference? I mean, it's the same grape, so they should be pretty similar, shouldn't they? Well, as we're about to find out, they could not be more different. And we're going to get to the bottom of exactly why.
So before we can even talk about what's in the glass, we've got to get to know our main character here. Because this entire story, it all comes down to one single, amazingly expressive grape. And here it is, Sauvignon Blanc. Its biggest claim to fame is that zesty, super high acidity that just makes your mouth water, right? But it's real magic. Ooh, that's in the smell. It has this huge range of aromas. I mean, depending on where it's from, it can smell like fresh-cut grass, a squeeze of lime, or literally an entire basket of tropical fruits. And that versatility, that's the absolute key to this whole story.
Our story unfolds in two totally iconic and very different locations. On one side, you've got the classic, the Loire Valley in France. This is its ancestral home, right? It's all about tradition, elegance, subtlety. And on the other side, we've got the revolutionary from Marlborough, New Zealand. This is the bold newcomer that just burst onto the scene and completely changed the game.
Okay, so the big question is, how in the world can one grape make two such different wines? Well, the secret, it comes down to one of my absolute favorite words in wine, terroir. Terroir is it's the whole package, It's the climate, the soil, the place, everything about the environment where those grapes are grown.
First up, let's talk climate, because the difference here is fascinating. The Loire Valley, it's got this cool continental climate. Think cold winters, mild summers. It makes for a longer, kind of gentler growing season, and that gives you these really subtle, elegant flavors. But Marlborough, oh man, it's a whole different ballgame. It is all about intensity. You get these long, super sunny days that just pump up these huge fruit flavors in the grapes. But then, and this is key, the nights get really cold, and that locks in all that amazing acidity. It's like the perfect recipe for a wine that's just bursting with vibrant, explosive flavor.
And that's just half the story. The other huge piece of the puzzle is the soil. In the Loire, you're walking on ancient history. Limestone and flint, which the French call silex. This is what gives the wine that signature mineral taste. That chalky, stony character? Some people say it smells like flint being struck against steel. How cool is that? Then you hop over to Marlborough. The soils there are totally different, mostly gravel and clay from old riverbeds. They drain really well, which is important. It basically puts a little stress on the vine, forcing it to pour all its energy into making fewer but way more concentrated, super flavorful grapes. It's all about concentrating those fruity notes.
Okay, so we've got the climate, we've got the soil, we see how the land is different. But what does that actually mean for the wine in your glass? Let's talk about taste and smell. This right here is where it all comes together.
So let's start with the classic, a Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire. Say from a famous place like Sancerre, it's all about elegance. It's refined. You're going to smell things like white gooseberry, maybe some fresh asparagus, and these beautiful green herbs like dill or parsley. There's a little bit of elderflower in there too, and then bam, there's that signature minerality we talked about, that whetstone or flinty character. It's just classy. It's reserved but complex.
All right, now let's do a complete 180 and jump across the world to Marlborough. And believe me, this wine is anything but subtle. It literally explodes out of the glass. You're hit with this massive wave of tropical fruit. We're talking passion fruit, guava, and then this zesty punch of grapefruit. And of course, you still get those green notes, but they're more intense, like fresh-cut grass or even a tomato leaf. It's just so pungent and powerful. Once you've smelled it, you will never, ever forget it.
So, let's just break it all down head to head. This is really the key takeaway. Look at the aromas. The Loire is all mineral, herbal, and citrus. Marlborough, it's tropical, pungent, and grassy. Now, what they both have is that amazing, refreshing high acidity. That's the grape's signature. But the body and the finish? That's where the story really gets told. The Loire is lighter, more elegant, and that mineral note carries all the way through. Marlborough is a bit fuller and finishes with this huge, vibrant, fruity punch.
Okay, this is my favorite part. How do you actually use all this information? Well, knowing the difference between these two styles is basically your secret weapon for creating some absolutely killer food pairings. So,
If you've got a bottle of Loire Sauvignon Blanc, your mantra should be, think delicate. That crisp acidity and minerality, it's just perfect for slicing through the saltiness of oysters or shellfish. And with fresh goat cheese, oh, it's a classic pairing for a reason. It's incredible. But if you're pouring a Marlborough, you can get way bolder. Its sheer intensity can stand up to some big flavors. Think about the lime and cilantro in a ceviche, or a salad with a really zesty citrus dressing. It can even handle the heat from spicy Asian food. It's just that powerful.
And hey, here's one last pro tip for you. A question I get all the time, can I age this? Well, it depends. A really good Loire Sauvignon Blanc can actually age beautifully. It'll develop these amazing complex flavors of honey and nuts over, say, 5, maybe even 10 years. But a Marlborough? Nope. That wine is all about youthful energy. Its magic is in that vibrant freshness, so you really want to drink it young, within a year or two of the vintage date. Don't wait on that one. So there you have it. One grape, two completely different, incredible personalities, all shaped by where they grew up. You see, the real question isn't which one is better, because that's not the point. The question is, which adventure are you in the mood for today? Are you feeling the elegant, mineral-driven classic from the Loire, or are you ready for the explosive, fruit-forward revolutionary from Marlborough? You know, the only way to really find out is to go grab a bottle of each and taste them for yourself. So go explore. Cheers.